channel, A Trade of You.
I'm your girl, A-Marie.
And I'm your girl, One.
And today's guest is co-founder, along with his wife, Tammy. He's over there behind the scenes. Say hi, Tammy.
Hi, guys.
And Daniel, say hi.
How are you doing, guys? You alright?
We're good. And they're co-founders of Sports for Kids UK.
Yes. Was your journey alright here today, guys?
Yeah, it was good. It was quick. It was easy around the corner, so
Good.
it's not too bad.
Nice. Okay, so about the business, welcome. And can you explain what you do as a business?
Yeah, so Sports for Kids is sports and mentoring. So we work with young people from the age of 4 or 5 up to about 18, just doing sports, general sports altogether, and then mentoring, working on behaviour, self-confidence and self-esteem and stuff, and that's it really, yeah.
Oh, great. It's a wide range of kids as well, from 4 to 18.
Yeah, I've done it since I was 18. I started the business.
Oh, wow.
And then, I've been doing it since I was 18, working with Birmingham City Football Club and various different companies. And I thought, venture out on my own, started doing it, and along the way, Tammy came along with me as well. And then we just branched out and done a lot more.
Oh, wow. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. We'd love to see. So what did you start first? Was it the online store or was it coaching and mentoring?
Coaching.
Yes.
As he looks to his wife.
I told you. Done the coaching first. My background is football.
Okay.
So I started off in football. Then as time went on, I started picking up other sports as well. And then we kind of fell into mentoring, to be fair. Some of the youth places we were going to, we were saying, can you just speak to this kid or can you speak to that kid? You relate more, can you have a conversation? And then we went into youth work, and then from youth work, we went into mentoring, doing one-to-ones, group mentoring, focusing on more taboo subjects like passion and commitment for different things. And then it really just birthed out of that, to be quite honest. Sports for Kids it's been going since 2013.
Okay.
And then it's just really gone from strength to strength. So it's been a good journey. It's been a really good journey.
Has working with kids always been a passion then?
No. I'll throw that out there. I'll be honest.
It's not for everybody.
But life throws you different things and you just go with it. I personally wanted to be a footballer. That was it.
Yeah.
From 13, I said, I'm playing football. I don't care where it is. I'm playing football. I did get to play it. However, injuries and stuff stopped me from doing it. I was told when I was 18, you'll never play for any big club again. So I thought, alright, if I'm getting told that, then there's other kids that are getting told the same thing.
Yeah.
So I might as well support and help other kids understand the highs and lows of being a footballer or following their dream, and making sure they're making the right choice. And then that's how it really got birthed out, to be quite honest.
Nobody really prepares you for the no, do they?
No, and I definitely wasn't prepared for it. I was happy training. I had a really bad injury. No one tackled me, nothing. My muscle just gave way. I just heard the snap. And when I heard it, that wasn't my reaction at the time. But when I heard it, I was told that I can have physio. After the physio happened, and then they said you won't play football any higher than what you're playing now. And then I thought, you know what, I need to change, go to a plan B and see what else I can do. But still staying in the realms of football, because every kid loves football. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I know exactly how you feel with that, because I used to play for the Blues Academy when I was younger, and I had all the dreams, just thinking that's what I want to do. My friends really thought like I was going to be something as well. So you've got that picture in your mind. Yeah. Then I had an ankle injury, and then I wasn't the same player after that. I broke my ankle, and that was it. I wasn't the same player, and it's like what do I do now in life? And I didn't really have that mentor to tell me, okay, well, football isn't everything. You can do this, you can do that. So I really respect what you do.
They don't give, but it's not just football as well. They don't give young people an understanding of, yes, you want to do this, like be a singer, for example. Yes, you want to be a singer, but there's so much things that goes into it. There's so much commitment you've got to give, and if God forbid your vocals give out, what are you going to do after that? They never give you any other options. You know? They never say anything like that. You can go into vocal coaching, or you can still stay in the realms of it, but there's other avenues. You don't have to be that main star. So that's one of the reasons why I came into it. Yeah, just a nice backup.
You've always said you prefer to do, you love, because he sings as well, Daniel. Yeah. And as much as he loves it, he's always said that he would prefer to do backup singing.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's, to be fair, singing in general has always been a passion of mine as well. So
So we're gonna get enough.
I knew it. But we'll see what happens.
Maybe at the end,
I'm
a little jingle or something. Training.
We'll see what
I
happens.
clearly can't sing, sorry. I'm really sorry. So, what type of activities do the kids do at Sports for Kids UK?
Well, a whole range. We've got football, basketball, handball, dodgeball. We do tennis, we do badminton.
I love badminton.
Yeah, it's one of them sports that not a lot of kids know how to do.
Yeah.
Want to get into it.
Yeah.
So we try and give a whole range of sports.
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot more sports outside of football. Everybody jumps to football,
Yeah.
and they forget about everything else.
Yeah.
that's out
So football, netball, or basketball, and
Yeah.
that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
There was a time as well, for a period of time, I had to ban all our coaches doing football because all the kids wanted to do was just football. So it was like they need to experience a lot more sports.
Yeah.
It's a
than
great sport.
Yeah, it's the best sport ever, but everyone knows it, everyone does it. So I thought, let's try something different. Let's add some new sports in. Let's all,
For the coaches
you know
as
what I
well,
mean?
it also got them thinking about their
Yeah.
capabilities
Yeah.
and expanding
that's true,
that as well.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they
That's
were
a
a
good
little bit dumbfounded at first, weren't they? They were
Yeah.
thinking, well, what do we do? Well, what do we think about it?
Yeah, they was like,
Yeah.
can't do nothing else. They just threw the ball and was like, look after yourselves. But he gets everyone thinking outside the box
Yeah.
of doing
Yeah.
something
It's
else.
true,
There's all
man.
the sports out there as well. So yeah.
Handball. What?
Well, handball, the way I explain handball, it's actually a national sport as well, to be fair. But the way I explain it, it's a cross between football, netball, and basketball.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's the pivots for netball and basketball, there's the two-step rule and stuff. Then football, you've got the goals, you've got to throw it in there. It's a mixture of all of it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's a fun sport. Once you understand it and know it, kids love it.
Good.
So yeah, they really do love it. Same as
So,
dodgeball.
oh, dodgeball. Where do the kids usually train when you're doing the mentoring?
Yeah.
Is it classroom based or is it
So
sports hall?
we go into schools. Most of it is in the sports halls in their schools, or a playground, or wherever is big enough to fit a group of kids to do sports.
Yeah.
It's very rarely in the classroom, but it's been mainly in sports halls and stuff that we've been going into different schools around the West Midlands.
That's good.
We've got a number of schools that we've had for a number of years, well since we've started to be fair, that we go into continuously and just deliver sports to these kids.
That's really good, man. See, I feel like we need more of this around because not a lot of people will know about
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and not a lot of people know the opportunities that are there for their kids either.
Yeah, we try to do a wide range. So as you said, go back to your question, which one started first? It was the sports, then we had the mentoring, which kind of went hand in hand with it.
Mm.
And then we opened the store, and then we started doing birthday parties and different things. We had a whole collective that we could offer to people. So we do one-to-one mentoring. We've got a football development program that we're doing, so it's one-to-one coaching or group coaching, football coaching. And then we've got mentoring through sports, so we've kind of combined the two programs together. And then just coaching to sports stuff.
Mentoring through sports, that seems to work well with the younger children, junior, infants and junior age.
Yeah.
I think when we're moving on to teenage years, that's more mentoring focus because they're in a different place in their life.
Yeah.
So
They're experiencing a lot more as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they've been through a lot.
Yeah.
So they need a different type of support, different level. So yeah.
Especially kids of today, like they're experiencing stuff that we was never experiencing back in the day.
They're exposed to more as well than
Yeah.
we were.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And social media is one of the biggest things where they can see everything. It's just right there in
Yeah.
front of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why the older kids respond to mentoring a lot better than the younger kids do. Yeah.
What's been your biggest or most difficult challenge while working with young people?
Ooh, good question. I was not prepared for that at all. What's been the most difficult challenge? Making them understand that they've got options. And when I say options, knowing that they've got a future beyond what they see.
Message.
We've just finished a program in one of our schools. It's a new program we've just done. Going into themselves, their identity, their attitude, seeing different things about them. And one of the questions I asked was, what do you want to do when you leave school? And 90% of them said they don't know. They have no idea what they want to do. They haven't even thought that far.
And that's
They're
the problem.
they're thinking about what they're going to have for dinner tonight, and never mind what's going to go on tomorrow. They're not thinking about the future. So that really rung a bell to say they need to be thinking about a lot more, especially as they're doing GCSEs and stuff, and they're going to college. They should already have an understanding. And the kids that are going into year 9 that are doing their SATs, they're preparing themselves for the next step. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, you should really know what's going on now. So that's probably been the biggest thing, because once you know and understand what you want to do, you know how to motivate yourself to do it.
What direction?
So so that's been the biggest thing. That's been a difficult one.
I was going to say how important it was to mentor the kids, but then you've kind of just answered that as well, giving them that guidance to go forward, giving them a plan almost. Yeah,
it's important. I remember when I was they came late. I was in year 11, just finishing my GCSEs myself, and then we saw these big, they looked like security guards, and I was like, why have we got security in the school? Like, but they were saying they're not there for security. They're there just to help us whilst we're in the playground, because they know that we're not doing anything. Like constructive, we're just there. So they came to speak to us, and I was like, well, what was you guys like a couple of years ago? We could have changed so much things. We could have done better on our GCSEs. And I was like, wow, that's what we need. That's what kids of today actually need. They need someone to speak to. Not always a parent can help, because kids see parents as parents. That's what they see them as they can't help anything. But someone else to talk to that they can confide in. So that's one of the reasons why this was born, to be fair.
Yeah, because in my school we had I think I was in year 10, and we had former students that used to go to the school. They left 5 years ago, and they would come in. Because I'm sure I was in year 7 when they was in year 11, so I remembered faces.
Right.
So we felt like we could relate to them more, because we've actually seen them. And then they were like, remember me, I was this guy that used to play football, I was this singer, but I don't do that now. I do this, and it just kicks in like, oh yeah, you wasn't really good football, you was a really good singer, so you're not doing that now, so you're doing security, or you're doing an office job. You don't think that far, but it's good when there's an example that comes in to tell you that, it's not just one route, there's not just one thing, sports, there's, you can come out. I never thought of doing an office job or anything like that when you're in school, but when you've got someone that you can relate to coming in and saying, this is what we're doing now, it's like, oh, it gets you thinking from then.
They give you
but I don't think that happens
real
a lot in
life
schools.
perspective.
I think a lot of young people as well, they don't believe that they are capable or that they are worth anything.
Right.
That's the nail on the head.
So they don't aspire to achieve. And that's like what I like to drive, is that they need to be made to feel special.
Pouring into them.
Where do you think that comes from? Do you think that comes from the household, or do you think that comes from the environment on the streets?
I think the environment is a vital and large part of it. They just see society as it is and think, well, this is what I've got to go along with. And in this day and age, a lot of parents, so you're at home and their parents' main concern is putting food on the table, putting clothes on the back, making sure the bills are paid. So they don't have the time to dedicate to their children to kind of teach, to say, well, you can achieve more. It's hard. I think it's really difficult for parents to find that balance, because you're trying to be a good parent, but you're also trying to teach them the let's say the 9 to 5 norm of what is life.
What life is,
And kids just get lost. They get lost in it. They're going home and there's no conversation. There's no round the dinner table anymore. It's always food on the laps in front of the TV.
Family time.
And it's lost, and that's where it is. Kids are getting sucked down this black hole with nobody there to kind of stop them, and it's just too much. It's too much. It really is. It's a shame as well, because they're the next generation, aren't they? They're our future.
That's it.
How do you think we can get more kids, more young people into the clubs and coaching and mentoring experiences?
What for us, the sports for kids?
Just not only sports for kids, but in
Maybe just in
general.
general, because I think in this generation I think when I was younger, there was more kids in youth clubs and sports clubs. But now it's just like there's been quite a few facilities out there that are just empty.
What's happened now is the government have seen that the reason the youth clubs was around is to stop youth violence and a lot of things going on. They're seeing that now. I don't think they saw it then, but they see it now. When I was young, I was going in and out of youth clubs myself, which was a safe haven. And then when I got a little bit older, I started going in and delivering football, which again, seeing the kids come in flooding, there was about 40 or 50 kids coming at a time, to the point where we had to turn some of them away because the building wasn't big enough. But I think the importance is to get them back into it, or to engage them into something positive, is to open back up these youth clubs. Or open up something that interests them. Kids now are online doing, I know it's not the best, but Fortnite and Warzone and TikTok and all these things. If you open up centres where you can coach them into it, doing it properly, and speak to them about some of the issues that's going on with them, young people, they'll be coming out in the hundreds, in the thousands.
You've got to make it exciting. You have to find out what interests them, and that's the only way you're going to draw them in.
You have to adapt with them, don't you?
Of course. We have to adapt whatever we're providing, whatever service we're providing. We have to adapt it to that group of individuals, or that setting. We have to go in and identify what that is. That's why our packages are more bespoke, because we identify what their needs are, and then we put a program together to fulfil that.
And I feel you get a better response that way as well.
And a better definitely better output.
We've made it a point to understand what's going on with youth today. So whatever music they're listening to, we're listening to it. Whatever games they're playing, I'm playing it. We're trying to just understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. You know what I mean? Has there been a neglect today? Is it confidence issue? What is it that's going on that they have to? Is it popularity? We try and find out exactly what it is and kind of work with them to find out what's going on. So,
So, how big of an influence has it had on the kids? Have you had any children that have left you and come back and said, sung your praises? And
we've had quite a few actually. I had one kid come back and remind me of the program we did with the NHS. There was a program called No Boots, No Game, which was a funny program actually, because it was a sexual health program without mentioning the word sex. With no boots, basically no game. So the captions in the title. But he was talking to young men about trust, honesty, respect, different things, and a young man actually reminded me that he started in that program. Because not only did we have them on the program, what we then done is we got them into college and university. So we helped them further their education, and then he came back and he was like, I remember that. And then he started working for us, and then he went off and started working in the school. So it was good to see the growth of someone that came on the program and moved off.
People.
So it helped. That made me feel a lot better, to be fair, to know that the program's actually working for them.
Even for our staff as well. Do you remember we hired a young lady, and she worked for us for a period of time, and then it actually spurred her to go back to schooling. She went to university, and she's now doing a degree in counselling.
Wow. This is what happens when you pour into people and build them and uplift them up. That's what happens.
we are. We're a platform. We are there to support and help elevate not just the young people that we work with, but also people that work for us.
Everyone around you.
That's why our business is a family business, because we are family.
And that's what we need more of as well.
We need more support.
Yeah, definitely.
It helps. You can't be the only person being at the top and everyone else is struggling. You've got to help everyone.
That's what we keep saying. Everyone can eat. Let's just uplift everyone. More unity. We can all help each other to grow. Absolutely. There's a ladder. There's a step. You're struggling. Here's my hand. Let me help you. So you can help up the next person.
There you go. That's what it goes. That's how it goes.
How hard was it for you both to create an online store?
Over to you. See the stressed already.
Sweating. Jeez. The reason it came out, I thought we needed to have something that complements what we're already doing. We're already doing the sports, we're already doing the mentoring. And I thought it'd be good to have fashion as a way to support young people and what they're doing as well. So the aim was, to express yourself through what you wear, which is, our son always does that, is everything has to match, head to toe. Doesn't matter what it is, it has to match. Whether it's a do-rag he's got in his head with his trainers, everything has to match.
I used to be like that, so I totally understand.
So annoying.
Even my bags.
Birthdays are so expensive.
Oh, gosh.
It just has to match, can't have anything out of it.
You grow out of it. I did. I got lazy changing my bags every time.
I hope so.
Oh, he'll find his own clothing.
I hope so too. I hope so too. But it was really birthed out of that. The logo itself, we've got two logos. One is the Rio, which is our mascot for the whole company. I thought it'd be good to have that just as a representative of sports for kids, but not only that, kids can wear it and have fashionable stuff, hoodies, t-shirts and stuff. And the other one kind of came at me having a conversation with a young person about the places he's seen or hasn't seen. He said that he's only ever seen two places. One was the country he's from, and the other is the area he's now living in.
Wow.
And I was like, do you not venture like anywhere else, like to town or to? And he was like, nah, I don't need to go there because everything I have is around me. But he said it in a negative way, and I was like, well, you need to travel out places. You need to go and see the world. Because I was like, when I was young, my mum was taking me back and forth to the Caribbean every single year. I was like, I've seen that. Then I've gone to London, then I've gone to different places in the UK. So I think I've seen every corner. I'm like, why are you not seeing it? It just baffled me to the fact that there's a lot of young people that are not getting out there experiencing life to its fullest. And I thought, turn that into something positive. And there's a negative word on the word gangs. And I thought, put that all together and have travel gang, like I have a travel gang clothing, and but make it as a positive thing as people moving. So that's the reason why that was birthed. We're still working on the store. The store's still taking a long time to get together because we want to put it in the right direction and make sure it's not seen as a negative but as a positive. So we're still working on that. But
tell them about the new one.
Tammy's excited.
I'll let you tell them about the new one.
Yes,
Tell us the exclusive news.
Tell them what it is. It's not on the store now, but tell them what it is though.
So the new line is Loved by Me, and that's focused on just basically loving yourself.
Oh,
we're big on that. Yeah. We did a video on that called self-love.
Good.
That's what we need a lot of. We need the young kids, they need a lot more of that. So that's the new line. It's a work in progress, so it's already there, but we just want to, we're making decisions on what clothing we want to put it on, and then it's on the website already, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's on the website already. So but again, we just want to expand the range on that, because that's me. We wanted to push that one.
Yeah, you keep pushing it, girl.
Yeah, that is the female range of the whole thing. That's the first one we've ever done something.
Oh,
like
so
that.
that's exclusively to women.
Exclusive to women, yeah. The young people that we wear. Well,
you heard it here,
yeah. So, and I'll tell you the reason why. Again, working with young people, it's not just for young people, but it's for all ages. But the reason that came up is because we was having conversation with young girls who don't feel that they're loved by themselves. They've got to find it through another guy, or they're struggling to find it through their mum or their parents and stuff. And they're like, they're not finding it for themselves. This is why they're taking 10,000 Instagram selfies and putting up the best one. Do you know what I mean? And looking for that. So we thought, you know what? You need to love yourself. That's the first step to getting into your confidence, your self-esteem, being a lot better. So that's the reason why Loved by Me kind of came around as well. So as I said, the whole thing's a work in progress. So hopefully it kind of kicks off in the right way.
Well, we hope so too.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like both the clothing line names have a positive message.
Yeah.
They're not just a clothing line. They've both got a deep message. The Travel Gang and Loved by Me, very good deep message.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted. I wanted everything we do as the brand to mean something. Because we have kids that are looking at us. Well, our kids range from 4 to 24. So we've got a big range of kids that are also in the household and watching what we're doing. My daughter now wants to, 8-year-old daughter now wants to sing because sometimes she's seen me singing. My son's seen me singing as well. He wants to do some of the stuff that we're doing.
He was doing music with you last night, wasn't he?
He was doing music with me. He created his own track. And I was like, money coming in the house. that works for me. So, yeah.
I've poached Talia though.
Yeah.
I've poached her, she's now my PA.
That's what it's about, generational wealth in the family, and
So,
it builds.
Yeah.
So
Are they
that's the
really
whole-
involved then, the kids within the business?
Yeah. Talia and Nehemiah, they're our models. So if anything, we need any clothing model, they're just standing
The
there
other
modeling.
ones are as well. They've all modelled for us.
Yeah.
They're all there somewhere.
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah. Malachi he helps us with the store sometimes as well. So he's involved with the store.
He's also he's bought out his own line.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the do-rag matching?
That's the one.
Okay.
That's the
He
one.
sounds perfect for it. Isn't it?
That's the one. Yeah.
Fashion guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's in it. Our older daughter, she's not in it as much because she works and stuff as well. But
Yeah.
when we ask her something, she's always giving us the right decision. So
Oh, that's
yeah,
so
they're all
nice.
involved.
A nice
Our
strong
daughter,
family
yeah,
business.
Yes.
yeah,
We
Talia
love to
as well.
see.
She helps us with the Facebook stuff. So sometimes we do Facebook games and stuff. And
Yeah.
she's the host of all our Facebook games.
Oh.
It's
So,
good having a
YouTube
range of
channel
kids.
as well.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
good having the range because then at least you kind of keep up to date with every step.
Yeah.
Don't you?
You're covered, like
Yeah.
all your demographics are in
Yeah,
your house.
absolutely.
yeah. But then it's hard when you've got to be parents because you've got
Yeah.
to try and be both sides of things
Yeah,
as well.
true, yeah.
You can't always be friends sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
you have to clean your room. Now.
Yeah.
If you don't clean your room,
Not
you can't do this.
in the sense of no, we're not promoting that. We're just saying.
Metaphorically.
Yes. You won't beat the pit with them.
Yeah. It's a bit difficult for me sometimes when I'm mentoring a child and I'm hearing their environment and their backstory.
Mm.
It's emotional, you know, being a parent and then going home and seeing my own kids, and you know, it's hard. I feel for anyone,
Yeah.
you know, and to know that a young person is going through something so emotional, it's really difficult,
Yeah.
you know, and I've got to hold it down in that room, in that moment. I've got to hold down my emotions because it's not about me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when I go home, I'm looking at my own kids, I'm seeing how well off they've got it, you know, and then even tidy their room.
And they don't appreciate you.
Yeah,
So it's not about me. Yeah.
I feel underappreciated.
You feel the pain though, man.
I see you like you don't understand. Like we work hard and you know these came out Xboxes
Yeah.
and clothes.
All we want is breakfast sometimes.
Like mate, you call me porridge. Can I get fried dumpling with the porridge? I want crackers. Why? I want dumpling. Like, hey, let's cook.
Yeah, but yeah.
Sorry.
I feel your pain. I'm sharing your pain. But yeah, it's definitely
It's challenging, yes.
Yeah, it's very challenging
Very.
in all areas.
Very.
Keeps us on our toes. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your opinion then on the economic development within the community, and I suppose how we can encourage more black businesses to start up and get going?
I think at the minute I'm seeing a positive change in a lot of that because I'm still working with a lot of community programs at the minute. A lot of people are making that step to go in the right direction. What we're not seeing as black businesses is a lot of us are not coming together as we should to I was waiting for the amens. I was waiting for it. But now that we're not coming together as we should. I know there's I've seen a lot of people do some positive things and are still doing some positive things. But I think doing it solo, you can only get so far, but doing it together, we can definitely make a bigger difference.
Yes.
And I think that's where that change is going to come from. That economic change is definitely going to come from us putting things together, putting heads together, putting resources together, networking.
We're not competition.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
We're definitely not. I mean,
we're each in our own field of what
Exactly.
we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and just because look, there's thousands of companies that are doing what we're doing. However, our programs are ours.
Yes.
You know,
That was
and
gonna
your
have your
programs are
niche.
yours.
Yeah.
We've each got our own niche.
Yeah.
You know, so just because you're doing what I'm doing doesn't mean we're against each other.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're going to take any
Yeah.
custom or anything like
Exactly.
that. People will bounce.
It's
Yeah.
like
To wherever they feel.
like with our clients we've had from day dot, and they're loyal to us because we're loyal to them and we offer them a good service.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
You know, and it doesn't mean that we're going to be upset if they decide to go with you. I mean, obviously it would be. You know, but if that's their choice.
If one door closes, another opens, and what is for you is for
There
you.
you go.
Yeah,
No
and
matter
it's about the kids.
There you
Exactly,
go.
and what we're doing.
There you go.
You know, but I think that we should do more networking events.
Yeah.
That might be something that could help bring us together as a community. Definitely, if somebody had the notion to do that.
Hopefully we can bring that.
Well,
We
she quit. I didn't want to say that, but we try. We're doing bits. We got stuff. We got plans.
Yeah.
But like we said, everyone can eat.
Yeah.
There's enough of the pie for all of us. It's not a competition.
Mhm.
Like there's plenty of people doing
Yeah.
YouTube and doing their little bits, but like you've got your niche, we've got our niche, and like we're in our own lane, and we're not competing with no one else. We're just
Yeah.
gonna stay
And we're always
focused
going
and
to
do.
celebrate other businesses as well.
Because what God's got for us is for us. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody gonna
Amen.
take it because
Yeah.
we're covered by the blood of Jesus.
There you go. There you go.
Ain't gonna have a moment, but I'm just saying that it's all about positivity, light, and love, and uplifting
Yeah.
people. Like we're gonna try and tear nobody down.
No.
Unless they come for us. Come for us, you know what I'm saying? But obviously we try to bring people on like yourself and other businesses like in Brum. We are focused on Brum mainly because that's where we live, and if people are watching, anyone that's been on, it's easy for them to gain access to as well.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of people that are coming that are like, they offer their mentoring service and be able to help upcoming businesses.
Yeah.
And that's something you guys do as well. So there's always like a connection.
Yeah.
So it's like it's naturally networking.
Yeah.
We'll bring
Yeah.
this all together.
Yeah.
And who knows what we can have? Like if we all came together,
Yeah,
we
can
could build
things.
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
accomplish
Definitely.
something so big and
Definitely.
so great.
Yeah.
That is speaking into existence, girl. Speaking into existence.
Yeah.
I'm with you completely.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think that there's a lack of trust,
Right.
and that's where we're letting ourselves down because we're not trusting each other.
It's mentally,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
how
It
we've
is.
been programmed
Exactly.
and conditioned.
Yeah, conditioned into thinking that
Right.
everyone's the enemy, everyone's
Yeah.
against us because that's the life that we live in. But it's not that at all. It shouldn't be that. And I think that if more people like yourselves and us just stepped up and said, you know what, we can make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, come and eat at my table.
Yeah, come like, listen, we build a table. You're welcome. Come and sit down, brother. Bring your
Just need
plate.
to- don't be shy, don't be afraid.
Bring a chair.
Bring your own chair, you
Bring your
know.
own coleslaw.
Times are hard.
Bring your chair.
Bring your coleslaw.
Bring, that ones. Bring some mac and cheese.
Bring a hard on bread.
That's how it is. But that's the metaphor. What's it? Metaphor. That's how it needs to be because everyone's coming with their hungry belly. And empty-handed. They're not offering nothing. But if we each brought a plate to the table, the table would be full. It would overflow. Let your cup. We're having a moment.
And I'm take home.
And the church.
We're having church. I'm gonna get to Tasha Cobbs, fill me up, but but what I'm saying is, if we did that, it would be so filled. There would be so much that everyone could eat.
Yeah.
We'd all be full. Message. Oh, child, I don't know what to say. The spirit just came in, honey.
Spirit is all up in here today.
That was like, you ain't going to church, but church is going to be up in here.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get back to this.
Well, it's Sunday.
This is it.
It ain't the Sabbath though, but that's another story. We don't even go into there because you know what I'm saying. They might be watching us. So what is your opinion on Black Pound Day with saying what we was just saying about pouring back into the community? How do you feel about that new movement?
What happened the other day?
Oh gosh. Oh dear.
You know what? Oh gosh.
Me personally, I don't don't know how I feel about this day.
I was hungry.
It's a good day. Don't get me wrong. However, there needs to be a lot more awareness about it, what's going on, why we're doing it, what does the future hold for it, and stuff like that. I think that's what I'm going to say on that.
Okay.
I think that's what needs to be done. There just needs to be a lot more awareness of the day and why the day is around. I don't think a lot of people really understand what it is.
And more access to, if there was more access to like black stores and stuff, then it would be easier for you to step out your front door and support like a black business. But if you don't online shop, like me, and you're in an area where it's predominantly not black, how are you really going to support? And that's the struggle. I think we need to let people know exactly where we are and what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Yes.
So it needs to go into every area. That's why I'm like, it needs to be more aware. People need to know why exactly this is happening.
But I'm for it.
I'm all up for it. I'm definitely all up for it.
I think it's time. It's been a long time coming.
I think it should be more than a day though.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I thought it was like start on that day and continue.
Yeah, that's what I was. I'm thinking. We need to be more accessible to each other.
Yeah,
that's all it needs to be. So
if you're in a food shop and you're serving, smile.
Please. That's all I need. Is a smile and tell me you've got everything on the menu.
No, the app still just done it. Just done.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Love Caribbean restaurants.
The amount of restaurants I've not gone to again because of just the bad service.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to do a customer facing role, you need to be customer focused.
Yes.
Otherwise, don't do it. If it makes you that miserable, do something.
Just get somebody in the forefront that is happy to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not our fault you ran out of curry goat. You got to tell the chef. Do you know what I mean?
But we're still learning.
We are.
Big up to our sponsors, Danes Catering.
Yes. They got all their food. We're coming to you.
It's a catering service, so you can get it delivered, and also they do parties and birthdays.
Gotta give us that number after, right?
Oh,
we got it.
So
that Black Pound Day.
Because if they do catering, we do birthday parties.
Oh, you see, networking.
There we go.
Won't he do it?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how easy it is, people.
Do you see what we just done there?
A simple conversation.
No,
like that.
That is what I'm talking about.
There you go, man.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, but I do think there should be more of like a background story of the Black Pound Day.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people, especially like with social media, they just jump on a hype for Black Pound Day. Is it just a hype thing for just that one day and now we're not going to hear about it again? Or is it going to be something that we keep consistently? It should be something that Black Pound Day every month or even more often than that.
It should be important.
It should just be like once a year or once ever. Do you know what I mean? So.
The next one is August the 1st, I think, because I did go on their Instagram.
Oh, is it?
I was confused. So I
I
just
literally
typed
thought it was from that day onwards.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had specific.
And of course you have Blackout
I thought it was
Tuesday.
one day, so that's what I'm saying. No one really knows exactly what it is.
So it's not like a once a week. It's like
because I was confused because they was posting on Tuesday Blackout Tuesday, so I was like, is this Black Pound Day? Is that the same thing? So I went on the Instagram and it was like the next one's the 1st of August. But Blackout Tuesday is like the American one, but the UK is trying to incorporate it. But also that's not clear as well. So
it's not the same thing.
No,
It's two separate things.
It's two separate things.
There needs to be some clarity
Black
on
Pound
it.
Day and Blackout Tuesday.
Yeah, because Blackout Tuesday was from the States, the American version of basically just buying black and posting the black squares.
Yeah.
And
I just thought it was actually everyone just posting the black square and that's it. I didn't know that was linked to actually Black Pound Day.
No, Black Pound Day.
I've seen a lot of statuses with people posting the black square.
Black Pound Day is the UK. That's why it's called Black Pound Day.
Because it's
Right.
For us to support our own businesses.
So Blackout Tuesday, which was in America, is not don't buy nothing but buy black owned.
That's linked to Black Lives. Black Lives Matter
Oh.
movement, and basically they wanted to which didn't make sense if you blacked out it, because when you were searching, because they wanted to make it all you saw was a black screen.
that's what you see.
But there was you was meant to be silent about everything else and push like black
Just
stuff.
Oh.
But it was just so
No
confusing,
It was very
complicated.
So that's where the confusion comes in.
Yeah.
So we've adapted something which we don't really understand and are trying to promote it.
There you go.
And now we
That's
have
it.
Black Pound Day, which I'm all for promoting black businesses and stuff, but it's just like we need more
Make it
knowledge
clearer.
of the black
Yeah,
businesses
because
and
I thought
stuff.
it was just that you didn't buy anything. So, you know, I kind of flopped on that.
Yeah, so Black Pound Day, you're meant to support black
black
businesses,
Oh,
and you can
right.
register. I heard this. I only knew this as well because I heard him do an interview on the radio. You can register on their website.
Right.
So, like,
As a black business.
as a black business,
Oh.
because people go to their site, but I didn't even know who started it. But it's the guy from So Crew, and I'm really sorry. 'Cause
Oh,
I
is
don't-
it?
I don't know your
Okay.
name.
Oh, is it
I
Swiss?
didn't know.
I think it might be
I
him.
think it's Swiss.
But he started.
be.
He started
Could
it.
be.
So he's like on the thing for the black. You go there and it has a list.
Okay.
I
But
think
obviously,
that's
if
good then.
everyone's not aware, you're not going to put your business there because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
There you
first
go.
I'm hearing of
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Is that predominantly
That's-
London as well? Is
that's
it
what
it worldwide or?
I think it's. Well, I don't
UK.
even know. It's
I
a
think
UK,
it's
UK,
yeah,
because it's a pound.
Yeah.
But if you want to register and you know anyone else that has black businesses, then it's good because then people can go and look and find the source. Because I feel as black business owners, people don't
And
really.
where's that? Sorry. Where is
Black
on
Pound Day on Instagram.
Instagram?
Black Pound Day.
Because
Okay.
there's one on Facebook as well, isn't there?
It could be their face because they probably have an Insta and a Facebook
Yeah.
and a
Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
But anybody's on that one. Because I know people are on that one and they haven't got no business.
Okay.
Stick to it.
Clarity again. We need more
So
clarity.
this is what I mean. It needs
So
to
is it
be.
monitored?
It needs to be
Yeah.
clear and more advertised so that people
More direction.
better like
Yeah.
marketing so people
Yeah.
know like yourself, oh, I can go on here and I can register.
Yeah.
So people who like if I'm a customer can see me, I can go on there and be like, oh,
It's a starting point.
yeah, because
Yeah.
even with us trying to find businesses to like come on the show and we want to support Brum as well, it's like there's not a lot. We know they're out there,
Yeah.
but it's not just
They're
as
not that well
easy,
known, they're not
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
forefront.
Yeah.
which we want to change, want to put them out there so
Yeah,
people
highlight
know
them.
like. So if anyone comes on the show, they need anything, they can come to our Instagram because now we're promoting like 2 business a week,
A
2
week,
local
yeah.
businesses.
Oh, that's really good.
So we can like point you in a direction. Oh, you need catering. Oh, you need this.
Yeah.
You need that. Oh, we've
Yeah.
got that.
And you don't even have to have 1,000, how many K followers. If you're a business and you're doing good stuff, you're doing things for the
Yeah.
community, you have a service to
Involved.
provide, then we just share it so everybody knows
Okay.
about it.
Even if it takes one person, it just takes one person to be like, oh, I'm gonna use you. Got
Yeah.
great review, great
Yeah.
customer service. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell a friend, tell a friend,
That's
tell
it.
a friend, tell a friend,
Yeah.
tell
And
a
we can all
friend.
grow.
Because we ain't got a great like large following, but someone's gonna see it,
Yeah.
and that one person might
And send it on
connect,
some-
Yeah.
or they might send to someone who
Of
they know
course,
that
I
will
mean,
use your
Look
services.
at the things that we're sharing at the moment. If we can't
Exactly.
share something positive for somebody else, we have to question what we're doing, don't we, really?
Absolutely.
Especially in these times, we definitely need to just be uplifting and building our own thing and putting
And
back
seeing, just seeing.
in. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. As we're talking about social media and bringing it back to the youth, what's your opinion on them? Well, being as you work with them, how are they developing with the social media and the highs and lows of it?
As in individuals themselves.
Yeah, throughout the ages as well.
I think we've had a few conversations with a lot of young people that are on social media, and a lot of them don't know how to use social media. I think it's just, oh, that person's doing it, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Which again, when it comes back to us, there's a confidence issue again with them. A lot of, since the lockdowns happened, there's been a lot of arguments or he said, she said over social media and stuff, and
Yeah.
that again has been something that we've had to deal with as mentors and with the people that we're dealing with. Some have been safeguarding issues that we've had to take even further. So this lockdown hasn't really been pretty, if I'm honest.
I don't think the young people realise that just because it's social media and it's outside of school, that there's not
consequences. Yeah, because they are doing things and then are
posting it and
and threatening, making threats.
Yeah.
So obviously, as a school, and if we've got two children in the same class and one's threatening the other outside of school, then that comes to the school.
Yeah.
The school can find that on their social media, whatever they've done, because they've got friends who come to the team and say, I've seen this, I don't want to be named, but I've seen this and I'm concerned for that person. And we then have a duty of care to each child to kind of take it up, because if something happens in the classroom, then what then?
Yeah.
And we've sat back and we've not done anything.
Yeah, when it could have been prevented.
And I feel it's important for parents to know what's going on social media as well. I think parents really need to get involved in that.
Need to monitor
I was
a
about
lot
to
more.
say that.
They really need to get involved. Not so much monitor, because I feel like if you know what's going on social media, you won't need to monitor. You just know what your child's doing and what's
I'll
going
have
on.
conversations with how they should handle and monitor, well, not monitor, how they should navigate around social media, like I did with my daughter. And I was like, listen, don't you get involved in no back and forth. Whatever you post is going to stay there. If they're doing all that, don't let no one draw you out and pull you out into nothing, because that's how you're going to you have a problem, you bring it to mama, going to deal with it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But they just need to know, be aware of what's going on around them. All the main ones are Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, which is the biggest thing now. They need to
Too
know, they
much,
need to
they
see
get
what's going
so
on.
consumed by it.
Yeah, and there's nothing else.
And it just escalates.
Yeah.
But
So I think they need to do that.
they use their phones for the wrong type of thing. If they were picking up their mobile and Googling, apprenticeships and
Reading books.
reading books.
Yeah.
You know, we say to our young one, she's got a tablet. She's 8, she'll be 9 in October, and she's got a tablet, hasn't she? And I'm starting to see it all the time with this tablet, because obviously the lockdown, what have you, they're not at school. I'm seeing it all the time with this tablet, and I take it off her. I'm like, when was the last time you read a book?
Yeah.
She loves books, and whenever we're somewhere and there's books, she always says, Mom, Dad, can I have a book? Can you buy me this book? And I say to her, you've got 2 bookshelves at home. Have you? Yeah, full. And I'll start naming these books that are on the shelf. And I'll say, have you read that one?
Yeah.
Have you read this one? That book that Auntie bought for your birthday?
Yeah.
Where have you read it all? No. And I'm not buying you any more books until you actually read what you've got there. So I take the tablet away and I say to her, go and pick up a book and read a book.
Them 8-year-olds though, because that's my son and my daughter's 18. Them 8-year-olds, they're different.
Aren't they?
They are different. My son's like that with the tablet. We said this in our last video about social media. If I take that tablet away, it's like, my daughter, she will read books and she loves books. Like if I go out, can you buy it? She's like that. But I don't know what happened with these 8-year-olds.
You know what's funny? Talia's not really like that though. She's to a certain degree.
She doesn't like it, but she just doesn't like to be told.
Yeah, that's it. If you tell her once and she's got that stubborn look on her face.
That's how my son looks at me.
Yeah.
Straight off her
You're the
shit.
devil for the rest of the day.
If he wants to put it down, he wants to put it down.
You take it away.
Yeah.
But if you take it away, do you find that when you take it away, give it 24 hours, they're a different person?
I'm about to say they forget. He'll forget.
Different person.
Yeah.
Like with our older son, he's now 18. I'll take his phone off him, and when he give me that look, he won't back chat me because he doesn't. He's a good boy. Like he don't. Well, he's starting to lately. Have you noticed? Anyway, he doesn't give me he gives me the look. He's real quiet. He's
I wish you could see audience the hands.
So when I take his phone off him, he'll give me that look, and he'll go to his room, he don't say anything, and then the next day, he's fine, he comes down, he interacts with the family, he gets involved, he has conversations, and then, a few days will pass, and he'll be, Mum, can I have my phone back? I'll give him his phone back, and he's just back to in his room, moody teenager in his room, can't talk over there, and wants to come out to eat.
That's my daughter. Eat, sleep, and the other one.
You don't see them in the day. It's like nocturnal business.
And she can time up. She can time up my daughter.
Is that lip? She's behind you.
Dinner's ready. It's dinner ready. Just woke up.
That's another thing with social media, I guess, with the youth as well, because you've got a lot of people comparing themselves to different. Do you get that as well with the youth? That you're working with that because another youth is on there you mean sometimes you got 17-year-olds just like flexing loads of money, like wow. And then it's like now that kid looks at himself like, how come he's got Gucci and how come he's got all of that?
I had one young person who he wanted to show off his muscles only because someone else was doing it, and I was like, but you're not the same person. You don't have to do that. But he regretted it after. So I think he's now deleted his Instagram and stuff like that. But just that in comparison, they are trying to be like someone else. Just be yourself. Just be who you are. You know, you'll be accepted regardless of who you are. Anyway, just be yourself.
And if they don't accept you, then they're not for you.
Right, there you go.
That's the message.
There you
That's
go.
the message.
You know what I mean?
How important is it, as we can see, you two have a great relationship, but how important is it for you to have that teamwork relationship, not with just yourself, but with your kids, but in business, bouncing off each other?
Like the support unit.
Yeah, I think that's very important. And one of the reasons why we both take roles in the company. So I'm in charge of developing programs and delivering it to the staff so they can deliver it to everyone else. Tammy's in charge of the finance. Don't give me a credit card because Tammy's in charge of the finance, speaking to clients and making sure everything's above board. So when it comes to us, everyone's in sync and knows what's going on.
Okay.
So for
that's just the tip of the iceberg.
I knew it.
I'm responsible for a lot more. Okay, stop selling me short.
But no, it is very important for us to be on the same page on a lot of things. And that's not saying that we don't have our moments where, because at the end of the day, it's a family business. We have to look after family, look after business at the same time, but family always comes first. So
does it make it easier?
To run the business as a family? Yes and no. There's times where I should be doing something and I'm like, wow, I can't be bothered today. But if I was outside of the company and it was, outside of the family and there was someone else in the company, I know I'd have to do it. But because it's in-house and we can wake up and go straight into the office and it's more relaxed, it's easy just to get sidetracked and put on a TV show and stuff.
The line does get blurred. You know, it's very, very difficult.
You swap your hats.
And they are, because the line's blurred, that hat swapping is 24/7. There's no cut off really. Sometimes we'll be 1 o'clock, their laptop's still working because we haven't done anything in the day because the kids are there and family life's there, and so it's literally about a constant.
Just before we got here, we was doing work as well. And we got to get ready, get the kids ready at the same time.
We're putting together a new program now. I'm not going to tell you what that is. No, it'll catch on.
You can tell us off camera.
So we're putting together a new program, which it's going to talk about tomorrow and later. But so that's important. And I'm like, come on, shouldn't you be doing some work? Because he's looking at videos on his phone. I'm like, shouldn't you be working right now? And it's Sunday today, isn't it? You're not supposed to be doing anything today.
We normally say Sundays off. I normally try and do evenings as well, certain evenings after a certain time, cut off family time. I try and balance that as well. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's pros and cons to the whole thing.
So where can people locate your online store, and also how can they get in contact with you?
So they can go to all of our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Is that all the same?
Now. Yes, Sports for Kids UK. I think on Twitter actually it's Sports for Kids _ that's the only one that's different. But they can find us all on there. Our website is www.sportsforkids.co.uk. And our online store, if you go to our website, you can find it from there as well.
Okay.
So, we're all on.
And your YouTube name?
YouTube again is Sports for Kids UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave it all in the little box below so you can
description.
get in contact.
Well, guys,
Thanks
it's been lovely having you
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yes, thank you.
and sharing your inspo.
No problem.
Blessing us this Sunday.
Yes.
I've enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
Thank you.
Nice to meet like-minded people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay, what are you doing?
Yes, we will.
We're just going to start hurrying up over.
Where's the tambourine?
Guys, try to tell.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
Two-sided tambourine.
My mum could play sick, you know. I try, I'm like, this is church.
That's a gift.
Even when the sister can do it, I was like, yo. She's a church, praising worship team. My mum's there and I'm like,
Instantly,
I'm gonna take it.
it just, I just like this, man. I just give up, like, and I should.
always the side as well, the side of the head. Always in love.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys. It's been lovely having you as well. Tears.
George. So shout out to our sponsors, Dane's Catering, so you can get a great experience with his deliveries. If you're in the Brum area, also he does weddings, parties. He's also got a pop-up bar now as well. And he's got his sauce, yes, his spicy sweet sauce, yes, the jerk sauce with the food. So check him out on our Instagram, that's Dane's Catering.
And also we have KG Holistic and Herbs, who does sea moss gel, a lot of your cleansing teas, their
antiviral blends.
Yeah, her Instagram page is also under KG Holistic Herbs. She's also Birmingham based, and you can contact her for all of that stuff. And thanks guys for tuning in this week.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.